That's my brother helping clean up around here. We both were firefighters for a while, and so that's why I know the importance of cleaning your chimney. Well, you can see right here, there's his, this is his truck, there's his firefighter sticker on there. I'll put a little plug in. His invention is called the Pocket Butty, B-U-T-T-Y, and he invented that, again, thinking about fires and people throwing away their cigarettes carelessly, and the Pocket Buddy was his way of coming up with a remedy to that and a solution for it. Place to park your butt rather than just throwing it on the ground and starting a fire for guys like us to put out. So anyway, have a look, a little short plug for him. Have a look at his website. It's pocketbutty, BUTTY.com. And now back to the action. Alright, today I'm going to show you how to clean a chimney at almost no cost. First thing you need to do is measure your chimney, find out how tall it is, right from the ground up to the top, and add about 3 feet. And then you got to go find the tools of the trade. Here's your main tools of the trade. I have 2 chimney brushes. This one here, you can see it's a 7 by 11 inch rectangular brush. And this is a 7-inch round brush. The 7-inch round for doing the stovepipe, and the rectangular brush for doing the masonry chimney. And then, of course, in addition to that, you need to have these fiberglass rods available at your local building supply store. They're about 5 feet long each. Get enough of those to go all the way down your chimney, plus allow a little bit extra to hang on to at the top. Or alternatively, you can have a rope on one end of your brush and about a 5-pound or so weight on the other end, and just let the weight take the brush down the chimney while you play out the rope. I did that for years. It works great. It's a lot cheaper. You know, this setup with the fiberglass rods allows you to actually scrub up and down a little bit harder, but you can get the job done with the rope and the weight too. You just go and you buy enough of these fiberglass rods. I think I got these at Home Hardware. They're about 5 feet long each. Get enough of them to do the whole length of your chimney, plus about 3 feet sticking out the top. That way if you drop them in the chimney, you can still retrieve it. You don't have to get these, but they certainly work better. I used to clean chimneys with just this part, the chimney brush, and then on the end I had one with one of these eyes on each end, and with the eye on the second end there, I just tied a weight on there, about a 5-pound weight, and about a 25-foot length of rope on the other end, and I just lower it down using the weight to take it down, and then haul it back up with the rope, and you do that 10 times and your chimney's clean. So that's the cheap way to do it. But these rods definitely, they give you a little bit better feel for what you're doing, and they do work a bit better. But if you can't afford them, a brush and a piece of rope and a weight works well too. You're going to need the appropriate ladders and whatnot to get up on your roof. I usually have a small 5-foot step ladder that I lean against the chimney here, but I don't have it today, so I'm using a sawhorse instead. You have to be able to get up high enough that you can comfortably reach into the chimney with the brushes. And I'm just going to see if I can take these up to the chimney. I'll climb up on the top of the sawhorse and continue from there. Okay, here we are, ready to go. So my chimney, you need a really, really strong flashlight if you want to see down there. Or you can drop a trouble light down on a cord and you can see it that way, but mine doesn't look too dirty up here at the top. But I'm going to give it a good brushing anyway. So you start out with your first rod with the brush attached. And I'm going to try and hold the camera while I do this. Let's see if I can show you. See how snugly that fits in there? It just fits. And you can already see it starting to clean. See those scratches in the soot on the side. Just poke it down. you want to make sure you've got your other ones ready and within reach right here. Because the last thing you want to do is drop this thing down inside the chimney and lose it. But right now it's still got some friction on it, but if the chimney widens out, it gets a little larger down there, it could easily just fall. So always hang on to it, don't let go. And I'm just going to put the camera down for a second, and I'm going to attach another length right here onto this one. They just screw together and you just keep on pushing until you get to the bottom. Alright, I'm back. So I've screwed those two lengths together now. I've got one down in the chimney and one up above. And that racket you can hear, that's my crew down below doing some pressure washing. He's also my catcher in case I fall. He's the guy that's going to pick me up. You need one of those too. Anyway, just a little chimney sweep humor there. Just keep pushing down, pushing down. These rods will flex, but they're thick enough and stiff enough you can just keep pushing. And when you get down to here, screw another one on and repeat. Now, I don't know if you can see this. It looks like there's little wisps of smoke coming out of the chimney. That's just the soot coming out. If there's a lot of it, it might be a good idea to be wearing a dust mask. You don't want to be breathing too much of that stuff in. But, I've just gotten to the point here now where suddenly it got real loose. Like right there. If I let go of this now, it's going to just fall into the bottom of the chimney, out of reach. That's why I said do not let go. You'll get to that point just past the thimble where the wood stove connects down below. My chimney enlarges and there's no more friction anymore. So if I pull it up a couple of feet, now I got friction again and it won't fall. But still, you want to hang on to it anyway. Get down to there. I've got one more length of rod to go. I'm going to screw that on and then just give it a vigorous up-down brushing. 2, 3, 4 times up and down, and then pull it up a couple of feet and do the same thing again, and just work your way back up the chimney a couple of feet at a time, brushing as you go. Alright, I'm now sitting right on the bottom of the chimney, and I've got about maybe 2 feet of rod sticking up above. So it's resting on the bottom, and there's a pile of soot and crap down there too. You'll find a clean out at the very bottom of the chimney, a little clean out door that you can take off and you can shovel all that stuff out. You might want to wait until, give it a half hour after you've done this part, let the dust settle before you get into that part. So you do this first, and then you go down to the base of the chimney and clean out all the residue that you've knocked down. I'm just going to go ahead and give it a good brushing here, which I don't think I can do while I hang on to the camera. So I've described it. Hopefully you can figure out what up, down means, and you can manage that part on your own. And we'll be back in a minute here. Okay, stage 2, back inside the house. This is my wood stove. I would show you this this pipe being cleaned too, but I just did it a little while ago. It doesn't need it again. Basically, same idea. I have a round brush that fits just inside that pipe. I unscrew that pipe. You can see that there's screws holding it together at each of the joints. You just take out the screws. I take out the ones at the thimble there where it goes in the masonry chimney, and then I take out these ones down below right there. And then I pull the whole pipe off, the whole L-shaped pipe. I just pull it off in one piece, carefully take it outside, dump out any ash that's in it, and then I run the round brush through it a couple of times and then put it all back together. So as I said, I've just done that recently, so I won't be demonstrating that part. But what I will show you is the aforementioned clean out at the bottom of the masonry chimney. And for that, I need my trusty fireplace clean out tool and an appropriate sized pail to put the ash in. And then we have to go deep into the nether regions of the crawl space here to get at my chimney base. I'll be right back. As you can see, that's the base of the chimney. That's what the clean out door looks like. Simple to take off. Very dim lighting here, unfortunately, but just lift. And you'll see a great huge pile of soot in there. Now all that stuff has to be shoveled out into this bucket and then dumped. And that's a pretty uncomplicated procedure, so I'll just go ahead and do it. I don't think it needs any more explanation. Wow, that's a lot of soot. Got a whole bucket full to dump, and I probably have another whole bucket full in there. I'm being so careful, but I still managed to get some on the floor. I'll have to do a little cleanup later, but my advice is sweep that up. If you get the bright idea to vacuum that up, just make sure you've got a really, really good filter bag on your vacuum, or it'll be coming right back out the other end. Hey, look at that. That's better. I just clued in how to turn on the light on my phone. I normally use a video camera, but I'm using my phone today because my video camera is not here. Anyway, with the light, you can now see I've dug that down, cleaned it out pretty well. You're never going to get every little bit out of there. You don't need to. You just need to have a place for stuff to fall. And as you could see when I first opened this, it was piled up all the way up above the top of the door. So now there's a good little reservoir in the bottom for it to drop into, and it can accumulate for a while before it needs to be cleaned out again. This is not where the fire hazard is down here. The fire hazard is up higher in the chimney, up above the thimble. And believe me, I've had my opportunity to put out enough chimney fires to know what it looks like. But yeah, I got, what is that, 2-gallon bucket? I got 3 of those out of there. It's been a while, I guess. That's quite a bit of accumulation, but I think if I remember right, the last time I cleaned the chimney, it was kind of a hurry-up job, and I didn't do the reservoir down at the bottom. So this time I'm doing the full meal deal and showing you how it works. So there you go. That's how you clean out a chimney. Save yourself, well, in this area, about $300, I guess. That's money in your pocket. It's a better place for it.